Hi there, my home childcare providers. Welcome in. If you are licensed or unlicensed, this video is for you. It's a talking head video, unedited. So here we go. This is about DCFS coming in to do their yearly visits. Now, last week, I heard a knock on my door. I ran up from my office, which is where I'm talking now, answered the door only to see that my DCFS rep wasn't the one standing there, but it was a different lady with a trainee. Now, the thing with DCFS is that when you get licensed, you normally get your visits around the same month or the preceding month, or sometimes the month before. So I know I was expecting DCFS, say, from December to February, anywhere in that bracket. So she identified herself, showed me her badge, and I asked for my regular rep. She said, no, they are running short-staffed, so they have a lot more training to do and they have to facilitate a lot more than, so they have to have reps from inside coming out into the field. So with that said, I offered her a booty to cover her shoes because my lower level is carpeted. They said no. She took off her shoes and she came downstairs. I asked her, how can I serve her? Because I didn't know what she wanted to see. Was it the children's file? Was it to tour the environment? I didn't know what she wanted first. She wanted to tour to see how my home was set up and to see if the children are safe. Now, if you're unlicensed and you're wondering what this is, let me tell you what this is. DCFS has something called like their rules and regulations. I'm in the state of Illinois, so we call this a 408. It's the 408 rules. And in this, it defines how your home is supposed to be. It defines the rules, the expectations, the amount of children that one person can have. It also explains all the different criteria in order for you to operate a home childcare. In addition, it also tells you how you need to maintain your business in order for you to stay licensed. So that's what this rule is. So she asked to tour my home, and when they're doing the tour of your home, what they're really looking for is to see that it's safe and that the children are well taken care of. So she toured the house looking for also if I had anyone sick in the home, because that's a different thing where, if you can't operate a home child care if you're caring for somebody who is very ill, and it's in the 408 rules. In your state, you may call your rules a different name, but nevertheless, it's under the umbrella of regulations and license standards. So she toured to see exactly how the house was. She looked in all the rooms, look at the kitchen, look to see, if the children are safe. Now, when I operated my childcare in my entire home, I normally would have my kitchen very safe, like the knobs of the stove would have coverings, the cabinet doors would have like little locks on it and stuff. But because I moved all my daycare to my lower level, I have a split level home, nothing for the children was upstairs. Now, in your situation, you may have a shared environment where your kitchen, your living room, and all the rooms are shared with your childcare, because some of us do. I did it in the past, and some of us, most of us as home childcare providers share our entire space with the families, including our children's bedroom, which I did too in the past. So those are some of the things that she's looking for, where your knife is, when you're handling the stove, how safe it is for the children. Some of us have like safety gates or children gates or child-proof our environment in such a way that we know the children aren't allowed in the kitchen. But let me circle back to what happened in my home. So after she did the whole tour of my upper level living quarters, she came downstairs to see exactly how the childcare environment was. But here's the thing, I had just put the kids to nap when I heard the doorbell ring. I was in my office doing some work. It's the beginning of the year. You want to get your parents' taxes and all of those things in check. I was down in my office when I heard the ding dong, and I said, oh man, who is at the door? When I went up, that's who I saw. So the children were just settling in, moving their little bodies, trying to rest, because you know how they are. Sometimes they're unsettled for a little bit until they're really settled in. So when she came down, she asked to tour from upstairs. She asked to tour my lower level, and she did, opening the doors room to room looking, and then she landed in the bathroom. In the bathroom, what they're looking for is to see exactly if the children have individual washcloths. That is, when they wash their hands, do you have individual cloths for drying? They're also looking to see if you have like step stools, to look at the toilet to see if you have potty seats for the children. In my case, I have my changing table in my bathroom, so they're looking on the changing table to see if I have like changeable coverings. Now, I don't do those cloth coverings. I find them really gross when you're operating a home childcare. So what I have is like wax paper. So I go to like GFS and I buy the big box of the 10 by 12 wax paper. And I think in the pack it has 500, and that's what I use, on their bums. And it also depends, because sometimes you may have a lot of potty training and maybe you have none. In my situation, I only have one child left to potty train of my 5 children, and all the others are potty trained. Yes, we have occasional accidents, but I only have one child to potty train because I've done all the rest. In addition, what they're looking for is your first aid kit. So they're going to be looking in your first aid kit for scissors, tweezers, gloves, soap. They're looking to see like your thermometer, if you have like the poison control number. They're looking for, let me see what else I have written down, or what I can remember that they looked for. The gauze, tape. I had the soap, first aid cream, and gloves. So those are some things that they're looking for in your first aid kit. And, I have 2. I have one hanging and I have one underneath the cupboard. And they're also looking if you have if you have little locks on it for the children. So I'll have locks on the cupboards too. So when they come into your main space, they're looking to see the blinds. If the blinds have like cords that can be entrapment, they're looking to see if you cover your sockets. They're looking to see how you store things inside of your environment, if it can tumble on the children's head. They're really looking for safety measures. It's not like Vickers or Bass or Accelerate who wants more of you. With DCFS, they do want the not that it's the minimum or the basic, but they really want to make sure that the children are safe and you too are safe. They're going to be looking for like your hazard plan. They will ask you for sheets for your hazard plan, your emergency plan. If there is a lockdown, what do you do in case of a fire? Where do you meet? They just want to know that you have systems in place to help know that your families, no matter what, are safe and the children are safe in your environment. They sign in and out sheet. I tell you, it's a one-take video, so bear with me. They're going to look for your sign in and out sheet. I'm still old school. I'm still using paper. I've been looking for an app. So if you have a really good app to mention, then let me know. I did check into some app like Hi Mama and stuff, but I'm still looking for one that I know will work with the little kids that I have, because I only have 6 children that I take care of. Oh, I tell you, I go off a tangent. So let me circle back. So they're asking for your sign in and out sheet. They're also asking to see like your daily checks, how you check your environment, if you go outside to look for raccoon poop, nails, and just little things to know that you're maintaining a safe place for the children. They're also going to ask you, let me see if I remember what else, for your training hours. So for me, I do a lot of training, especially in January to April when it's cold, because I'm in Illinois. So during those cold months, that's when I'm doing a lot of training. And then last year also went away for a weekend, so I had enough training hours. And just an FYI for my providers is, if you have training hours like so much in one year, you can bring it over to the following year. And normally I do that like a number line, bringing over. But I have so much in a year anyhow that I'm normally okay. So they're looking to see your training hours. They're looking to see also your CPR and first aid, if it's updated or current. Again, some providers do their CPR and first aid every year, and some people do it every 2 years. I do it every 2 years. and I know I am due for renewal in September. So by July, I'm getting that done so I don't forget, because it's very important for you to have that. In some situations, if you take care of infants, they're going to be looking for your SIDS training, your SI SIDS training, the shaken baby training. They're looking for some of those things. Maybe your food handler, if you handle providing meals for the children and all of those things. And just know that if you're up for renewal, there are a lot more things that they're going to need, but they have a good way of telling you what they need before they come to you. But what I really want to point out is that in order for you to really know what DCFS is looking for is to print off your rules and regulation, whatever states you're in, and go through these. I normally go through them, like to say, okay, fine, say for this, the ages, what ages am I allowed to have? And I know, I work by myself, so I know I'm allowed 6 children. Or if I have more children under 30 months, then I'll go down to 5 children. So study your rules and regulations so that you know what DCFS requires. So when they come to you, you won't feel that palpitation in your heart as if you have more than the children that you're supposed to have. I know I was talking to in one of my meetings with providers, and someone was saying that they changed the rules and you can have more children. I asked my DCFS rep for Illinois, and she said no. Once you are working by yourself, you're only allowed 6 children, and you still have to work with the amount, with the age limit. So please study your rules and regulation in order for you to always show up knowing that you're not feeling like you're in trouble. Yeah. One of the other things that they're also looking for is how you nap the children. Are you napping with cots? Some providers use like a mattress on the floor, or the little bouncy ones, not the cot itself that is off the floor, but some of them use the ones that are straight on the floor and the children are on the floor. You know your rules, study it so that you know that when DCFS comes, and they will come unexpectedly, even though you know a window in which they will come, they're going to show up and they expect you to open the door immediately as they knock on the door. Okay, so know that you are within regulations by studying these rules, studying the standards, studying what is required of you so that you don't have that anxiety. And another thing I wanted to say is most times, at least for me, what I find is sometimes we get written up not for violation of our environment, but it's for the paperwork of the children. Maybe you're missing like a medical form. Maybe a parent didn't sign a form that is needed. And also know that DCFS requires forms specific to them. Even if it is replicating the ones that you have with your letterhead, you still need to have those DCFS forms filled out. If it's a requirement, get it done. Don't banter. Don't think that you can try to navigate your way out of their requirements. Get it done. Less headache, less stress. Yeah. Another thing that they're going to be looking for is I have the up-to-date, the changing table, you sign in and out protocols, the poison control. I did that. I just had notes written here so that I know I don't forget anything. So I think basically I have everything that they're looking for, and in my case what they were looking for too. Of course, when the lady came and she saw my environment, she knew exactly the philosophy that I followed, and she went she was talking to me about her study in Italy and how she could identify what I do here, and the Reggio Emilia philosophy here, and how even the documentation and stuff. So sometimes your rep will come in and they will identify how you navigate your environment. They'll identify the philosophy, the pedagogy, and they'll identify with you. And sometimes, what she said is there's a feeling. Sometimes they walk in and they knew immediately something is off. And just like you and I, we have a sixth sense. You can sense it. Just like when you do a parent interview, you can sense when that's not a right fit. Just know that they've been doing their job for 40, 30, 20 years. So they know when they go in, they know that feeling. And sometimes I have providers say, oh, I'm getting picked on. But know that there is something that you need to do. You need to do your due diligence too. And for me, even if I have to get paperwork for immunization records or something, it's not that I'm being picked on. It's just that the administrative part of our job sometimes is the hardest. Speaking of that, I have a course that I put together for my providers, and it is called Home Childcare Success Blueprint. And in that course, I talk about how to put your contract, your handbook together. It's the backbone of your business, how to do this. I also help you to put it together, give you my own contract and handbook. In addition, communicating with your parents, scenarios of potty training when parents want to use certain potty training method and that's not what you use in your environment, and how for us to stand up as a professional, know that we've been doing this for the last 15, 25, 3, 2 years more than the parents, or the families. In addition, I also help you with marketing your business so that you have like a waiting list of clients, so you can always find the right fit for you, and also the steps I take in enrolling a child inside of my childcare. So the link is in the description below. So that's what I wanted to come in and talk with you guys about, just especially combing through your DCFS rules and regulations. And again, if you are thinking of licensing in your business, then check with your state, check and see exactly what their rules are, download it, go through it, make this be part of your everyday activity where you're going through, even when the children are having lunch. If you print it off, just go through it, tick and see exactly what you need to do and how you can up level your business. All right, again, it was a talking head video. I know I was long, but I hope you're able to listen to it in the car, or when you're working, or when you're doing your laundry, or when you're washing the dishes or something. All right, so over and out, Miss Sue, and have an amazing time doing what you do, because I know you have a lot of heart, love, dedication, and no matter what, you're always selfless. All right, and we're in there doing it together. So I'll catch you on my next video. Bye now.